At this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 36 games skated. They have a record of 11-18-7, 29 points, has them 22 points out of first place in the Central Division and well back of a playoff qualifying spot at this moment in time. The Predators' next game will take place on the road. It will be against the Winnipeg Jets. Their road record is 3-11-4. The Predators have only scored 88 goals in the season. They've given up 114 against. It's a goal differential of -26. We'll talk about the Jets specifically and the matchup here in a moment, but we can't talk about the updated Central Division standings without talking about the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets are currently in first place in the Central Division with 51 points. The Minnesota Wild are in second place with 48 points. The Colorado Avalanche hold third place with 42, but the Dallas Stars immediately behind them in fourth place, just on the outside looking in at 41 points. The Utah Hockey Club sits at 38, even with St. Louis. Then you'll find the Nashville Predators with 29 points in seventh place. The Chicago Blackhawks with 26 points and in eighth place. The week ahead for the Predators will see significant air miles added to their account. After this next game in Winnipeg on Monday, immediately traveling to Minnesota. So this is the first of back-to-back games against Winnipeg. Tuesday in Minnesota, Friday in Vancouver, Saturday in Calgary. So off from Tuesday till Friday, and then back-to-backs again Friday and Saturday. Then on the 7th, the Predators will wrap up the road trip in Winnipeg. Yes, that's right. We're previewing a game in Winnipeg on this road trip, and they'll be in Winnipeg a second time on this road trip, but not consecutive games. They have to make two different trips to Winnipeg. And on the 11th of January, at home again, finally, versus the Washington Capitals. Will they even remember what Nashville looks like? For the Predators and the Winnipeg Jets, this is the second of 4 regular season meetings for the Central Division rivals. They met back on the 23rd of November. It was at Bridgestone Arena. The Predators scoring their signature win of the season with a 4-1 victory. They did catch Winnipeg on the second night of back-to-backs, but the Nashville Predators still came away with one of their best victories of the early part of the season. Saros, 23 out of 24, picks up the victory. Yossi had 2 goals to lead the Predators in that game. Marchessault had a goal and an assist. Stamkos also picked up a goal. It was Comrie in net for the Winnipeg Jets. He took the loss 32 out of 35. Lowry scored the only goal for the Winnipeg Jets. These two teams will meet again, just mentioned it, before the end of this road trip, the 7th of January in Winnipeg for the second and final time this year. And then the Winnipeg Jets will come to Bridgestone Arena for the second and final time on February the 27th. So far, the Predators have picked up 2 out of 2 total points from the Winnipeg Jets, outscoring them, of course, 4-1. The Winnipeg Jets, after 36 games skated this season, have a record of 25-10-1, 51 points, has them 3 points clear of the second-place Minnesota Wild in the Central Division and 22 points ahead of the Nashville Predators. On home ice, the Jets are very formidable, 12-3-1 on the year. They have scored 133 goals. They've given up just 89 against. That is a goal differential of plus 44. That is some big numbers right there. For the Winnipeg Jets, their most recent stretch of 5 completed games takes us all the way back to December the 14th. A 4-2 win versus the Montreal Canadiens on the 17th of December. 4-3 win at the San Jose Sharks on the 18th of December. A 3-2 loss at the Anaheim Ducks on the 21st of December. A 5-0 win versus Minnesota. Most recently, 12-23 saw a 5-2 win at Toronto. Hellebuck got the start, picked up the victory, 23 out of 25. Now, Saturday, the Winnipeg Jets will be hosting the Ottawa Senators before welcoming the Predators on Monday. So, the Winnipeg Jets do have one more game before hosting the Nashville Predators. We just won't be able to record a show in time for that game if we wait till after the Ottawa game. Now, that clears that part up right there. Injuries for the Nashville Predators. Cole Smith still out 4 to 6 weeks. Talk about the NHL rankings and the matchup between these two teams at this exact moment. The Nashville Predators have accomplished a small goal that they had in the short term, which was climbing out of last place in scoring in the NHL. 2.44 goals. Whoa, 2.44 goals per game is now 31st in the NHL. It is something to joke about, and it is trying to find a way to find a little humor in it, but the Predators did accomplish a small goal right here in climbing out of 32nd in the NHL after being in that position for quite some time. 2.44 goals has them within striking distance of a couple of other clubs too. If they continue the way they are going offensively, they will find themselves in the middle of the pack again sometime soon. So the goals for 2.44 for Nashville, is 31st in the NHL. 3.69 for Winnipeg. Those numbers seem like science fiction. That's second best overall in the NHL. The Winnipeg Jets only giving up 2.47 goals against per game. That is also second best in the league, while the Predators are giving up 3.17 goals against per game. That's 22nd in the NHL. In the shots on goal category, Predators at 29.2 is 12th, ahead of Winnipeg by 2 spots, who are at 28.6 shots per game, is 14th. Shots against per game, the Predators giving up 29.4, 25th overall in the league, while the Winnipeg Jets are giving up 29.1 per game. That's 23rd overall. When it comes to the special teams, we've got number 1 in the league in each of these categories in this matchup. You already know which one the Predators are, so you must have already deduced the Winnipeg Jets have the best power play overall in the NHL. 32.1% is their conversion rate, 36 conversions, 112 opportunities. The Predators' power play, not quite as good, but upticking. 19.2% conversion rate is 20th best in the league. 20 conversions, 104 opportunities. Predators' PK unit, 86.9%. Kill rate is first overall in the league. 14 power play goals against now in 36 games is an impressive number. 79.4% is the kill rate for the Winnipeg Jets. That's 18th best in the league. 20 power play goals against. But whatever defensive and penalty kill deficiencies the Winnipeg Jets have, they have the offensive punch to easily overcome those small deficiencies. Where those could become problems is in series later on, which right now the Predators won't be having any involvement with. When it comes to the individual statistics, the Predators stats are locked in for this game. Philip Forsberg's got 9 goals and 21 assists now to pace the Nashville Predators for 30 points overall. Mark Stone's got 13 goals to lead the Preds, add 13 assists to that for 26 points. Roman Jossi's at 7 and 17 for 24. Steven Stamkos got a nice even number here, 11 plus 11, 22 total points. O'Reilly, 8 goals, 13 assists for 21 total points. Over on the Winnipeg Jets side of things, and they still have a game to go before they face off against the Nashville Predators. These are incredible statistics at this moment of the season. Connor is at 21 goals, 26 assists for 47 points, and he typically does quite well against the Nashville Predators. Scheifele is another player that has classic success against the Preds, is at 21 goals, 21 assists for 42 points. Morrissey's at 3 goals, 30 assists to lead the Winnipeg Jets for 33 overall points. Velarde's at 14 and 17 for 31. Ehlers 10 and 17 for 27. So the top 4 scorers of the Winnipeg Jets would all be leading the Nashville Predators in scoring. Goaltending potential matchup sees a classic. Hellebuck, 22-5-1. Impressive stuff. He's always been impressive. 2.07 goals against average, 927 save percentage, and 4 shutouts on the season, facing off against UC Saros, who took a beating in his most recent start, which means you can expect a big recovery and a big performance from him. 8-15-6 is his record on the season. 2.81 goals against average with a 903 save percentage and 3 shutouts. Again, remember, make the note, Saturday, the Winnipeg Jets will host the Ottawa Senators. The Nashville Predators will wait until Monday before they have to face off against the Winnipeg Jets in their next game. So that's got you all set up for the Preds and the Jets. Always a big one. Predators with 1 victory on the season. They need every single point that they can get, especially with the way this road trip started out. Let's go back and talk about how this road trip started out coming out of the Christmas break in St. Louis, facing off against the Blues. It's called the Reverse Sports Full Game Recap, and it's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.